Hey guys, welcome back to Kiwoon Learning, and today we're going to be talking about dividends. Now, dividends are more for passive investors, but it's also so important for everybody to know what a dividend is. I'm going to be separating this video into 3 different parts. Why are dividends important? How do companies calculate and give away dividends? And how you can get your hands on them? Without further ado, how about we get right into it? The first thing, why are dividends important? Dividends are important because they're essentially free money that companies give out to their investors to make them look better and just say thank you to them. In fact, it's not just free money, it's a lot of free money. Historically, dividends have provided 43% of the S&P 500's returns. Dividends allow investors to grow their money exponentially. The reason being is when you buy a stock of a company, the portion of that company that you own remains static. Now when you get dividends, you're able to reinvest that into the stock, and this increases your proportion of that company. So if it grows more, you're actually making more money, and as the next dividend comes, you put it back into the company, your proportion grows and grows, and this allows investors to make exponentially more money. However, a big thing about dividends is that it helps reduce the volatility of a stock. The reason being is, let's say a stock were to plummet. Dividends would help fill in that gap, so instead of losing a lot of money, you lose a little bit of money, or you can even make a little bit of money. Not only that, investors look for dividend-paying companies because this shows that a company has a stable financial well-being. And not only is that great, it brings in another great thing, which is it brings investors in and it drives the price up. Companies have the choice to pay their dividends quarterly, twice a year, annually, or just not at all. Typically, their dividends depend on their net income or their free cash flow. Sorry, say that again? Oh, we did talk about this in the previous video. He's right, we did talk about this in a previous video, so make sure you go watch that. There's no one there. Companies give their shareholders dividends as a way to thank them or reward them for giving them the capital they needed to run their business. So when a company has an excess profit, they decide to share it all to their shareholders. Now, companies are under no obligation or regulation to calculate their dividends a certain way. So they can make it as large as they want, or they can make it as small as they want. Now that we've learned how companies calculate their dividends and why they give them out to their shareholders, let's talk about the most important thing, how you can get your hands on a nice dividend. To begin with, I probably know what you're thinking. Why can't you just buy a stock in a company the day before their dividends come out? So that way it's just free money. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way because you need to have a share in that company before their previous dividend date. Now, I'm going to put an emphasis on before because buying a stock in a company during or after the dividend date won't allow you to get the next dividend. So this is why it's so important to get the dividend before the ex-dividend date. If you do buy a stock in a company during or after the ex-dividend dates, you will not be eligible for the next dividend. Rather, you'll be eligible for the next one after that dividend. Now, that dividend money doesn't go to you, it goes to the seller. I want to give you guys a personal example of me finding a nice paying dividend stock. So a couple months ago, I was looking for a nice dividend paying stock and I came across Kinder Morgan. It seemed like a solid investment at the time because of their stable financials as well as their low PEG ratio. I saw that their ex-dividend date was January 29th and I bought 140 shares on January 28th, which was worth around $2,057. Now I want to put an emphasis on the fact that I bought it January 28th, not the 29th, because then I wouldn't be able to be eligible for the next dividend. Now since then, their stock has risen roughly 14.5%, worth approximately $2,360 as of March 28th. And I also get their dividend of 6.25% on their earning date, which should be in the next upcoming weeks, if they stay stable, about $150 just from their dividends. Now I can use this money to reinvest it into the company. This means that I would end up with $2,510, about $500 gain from the past 3 months, or about 25% in one of the most safe ways to invest into the stock market. Now, if you compare this to the S&P 500, it has only grown 5%, yet I was able to gain 25%. And this is why dividends are so amazing. This concludes our video on dividends, and I hope you really learned something about dividends and you feel inspired to look for dividend-paying stocks, because dividends are such easy and simple ways to make money on the stock market. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, you can leave them in the comments section. And if you really like this video, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe. Thank you guys.